one. We are live on YouTube.
What up? What up?
Coming to you from an undisclosed location buried far beneath the abandoned hospital.
I'm coming to you live from St. James, Little St. James Island in the Canary Islands.
The Canary Island. You put some thought into that.
Yes. St. James, Little St. James Island.
Oh, hey, how it does that? We got the echo. There we go. Now we're muted. Bring up the chat here. Okay. Nobody's in here yet. Oh, 10 watching now. That was quick. Bam, 10 people. Like that. They was waiting for it. Donna Rock, Alyssa Parrish Rock Fam, Keiko Rock Fams, Brandy, Dustin Fleming. Everybody saying hi, Lou, hi, Lou, hi, Lou. Lady C's Crazy Life Adventures. Valerie. Danielle. Is it Danielle or Daniel? AKA Danny D. I think it's Danielle. Excuse me. Brian's Paranormal. Hey, Ghost. Hey, Lou. Ronnie Oakley. Hey, Ghost Mafia and Lou Rock. You still with us, Lou?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How's the editing coming?
It's coming. It's moving faster than the last one, and I do like how it's coming out so far, and yeah, hopefully it'll be out within the next couple days.
Awesome. Okay, so guys, the update on the house situation. Is we did not get that house. We were unable to get it. There was somebody that had an application in before us, and the realty company had to give them 24 hours to come up with their deposit. And they actually walked in the last half hour and put their deposit in. So tomorrow morning, we're going to be looking at another house, same property management place owns, and we're going to go from there. And hopefully it's a nice one. Doesn't look too bad from the outside. It's got a small yard, Yeah, it does have a bigger yard than the other one has. So we got some room for our animals in the yard. It's got storage, got a nice big back porch, got a little back deck on it. It's a 2-story, possibly 3. Okay, 2-story. 2-story, not too bad. Full finished basement. Don't have to worry about finishing a basement. And we're gonna go from there. We're gonna go take a look at it tomorrow and see what we can do. So that's the update on the house situation for today. Anyway, back to the conspiracy. Hello, JoJo.
Is this a private party?
No.
Can anyone join?
Define anyone.
Well, I was thinking of a certain someone. Fluffy.
Oh, you mean that guy from the UK that's been steeped in controversy?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Oh no! I have no respect for that man.
I don't know, man. Wow. You know what? I'll leave it up to I'll leave that up to your husband.
My husband right now is not home.
Oh.
Why was he in the chat?
Yeah, he was in the chat. He is in the chat.
Where? Hang on, I gotta pull up this chat.
He was a second ago. Let me see.
Sure.
Brian's Paranormal Nation. Great Spy Guy. What's up? Yep,
okay, well, we'll leave it for now.
All right. 30 people in here watching already. Guys, share this out. Let's get some more people in here. We're going to start up some controversies and conspiracies and all that good stuff. I know Lou's got a bombshell to drop on us this week.
Oh yeah.
Bombshell.
This is a big one. It's just, it's obvious. It's so obvious. It's like not even It's not even a bad lie. Like, it's just obvious.
Well, and okay, so I know a little bit about it. I not a whole lot.
All right.
And we got 40 people in here watching. We might as well get into it now.
All right.
Okay.
So here we go. There was a man named Jeffrey Epstein who was arrested. Now, all right, I want to start off by our topic of a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about this QAnon. And what QAnon is it's Q Anonymous. And we were talking about Donald Trump at one of his rallies actually taking a picture with one of the people who were at the rally holding up the Q sign. And he actually took a picture with this family, kind of confirming to all of those QAnon followers that, you know, Trump was their man. Now, the whole conspiracy behind QAnon was that Donald Trump uses all these tweets and all this crazy actions as a smokescreen for what's really going on, which what they believe is going on is Donald Trump is actually investigating all of the sex trafficking and all of the abuse to minors and all of that stuff that's within the government. Now, last week.
One quick thing. Donna Rock, all the people that was doing the raffles and stuff have the winners, and that they'll be in contact with whoever. And I believe you were the only one that bid on JoJo's ring, so that would make you the winner on the ring, right, JoJo?
Yep. So she is the lucky winner of the ring.
Yeah, she was the lucky winner of the ring. So okay, sorry, Lou.
All right, so we were talking about this a week or two ago, and I just, I thought it was really, all these people at the Trump rally are holding up this Q sign, and the people they said, listen, when something's about to happen, we get told first, and then it happens. That you could literally go watch the interview with the family that took the picture with Donald Trump. Now, that week, they sent out a message saying that there will be a big arrest that comes within the next week, and it's going to drop a bombshell on everything, on everybody. That includes the Clintons. That includes pretty much all of the government. That's,
And what happened?
What?
Jeffrey Epstein was arrested. There was a female that had come forward with allegations that she was forced into sex trafficking by this person, Jeffrey Epstein, and had sex with even members of the royal family while she was still a minor.
Yeah. Yep.
As well as many other influential people in the United States, and has went on to name Clintons and
I mean, it gets bad because they even named Chris Tucker from the movie Friday, which is pretty crazy. So anyways, the QAnon people were told that this was going to happen. It ends up happening. He's arrested. Now, there's a major paper trail that leads the Clintons to Jeffrey Epstein's island that he owns, the one that I'm coming to you live from right now, Little St. James Island. And there's a building on that island, and it's called Hillary's house. Well, it's
but the FBI actually did a raid on his property in Boston.
Yeah,
he had
they've done a raid
flat
on
in Boston, and that's where they found all the pictures and evidence.
Yeah, and they actually raided the island as well. Now they
raided all his properties, but that's where they found the most damning
evidence.
Here's
another thing about that island. You know the Ellen DeGeneres show?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you go and you pull up any one of her, latest shows, they might have changed it since, but go look at some of her older shows.
Oh, we just got raided by Christina and Sun Ghost Squad. Thank you.
Nice. What up, y'all?
I thought our numbers jumped up there really quick, and I was like,
So if you go and look at, an Ellen DeGeneres episode from a week or two ago, you'll notice that what's behind her is actually pictures of Epstein's island. All right. So it goes in very deep. This has got so many people connected to it. It's unbelievable.
Well, and again, he's naming, the girl was naming names all of a sudden. Jeffrey's imprisoned. Okay. One of the names is the Clintons. One of the controversies right now, one of the conspiracies out there that there is, 27 people that has mysteriously committed suicide that had a social.
Yeah. Oh, everybody who crosses the Clintons ends up committing suicide. But it's funny. I don't know how people commit suicide by getting shot in the back of the head or, hanging.
Yeah, that guy got shot in the back of his head walking down the street in his neighborhood.
Yeah.
In his neighborhood. Just literally walking his dog down the street. Somebody walks up behind him. Pop, right in the back of the head.
So
that's considered suicide?
Well, Jeffrey Epstein, what's been in the news for the last, week or so is that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. Now, there's just something a little bit funny about that story. Well, first of all, about a week ago, he was taken off of suicide watch. Now, there would be no possible reason for them to take a man of his stature and the stature of his case off of suicide watch. But that's just the first red flag that, all right, a week ago they took him off of suicide watch. So what that tells me is they're getting ready for something, all right? So he's taken off of suicide watch, and then the guards that were guarding him the night that he so-called committed suicide were overworked. They had worked a double shift according to their statement, and that they were literally sleeping on the job.
Yes.
So,
in fact, the one guard, it was his third double shift that week.
Yeah. So now we got a guy sleeping on the job, guarding one of the most probably targeted people in the country at this moment. It doesn't add up. Now, another thing is there's a picture of Jeffrey Epstein in a stretcher on his way to the hospital. Now, here's the deal. Say he was killed and he was dead inside the jail cell. Why would they bring him out in a stretcher with his face exposed? It just seems a little bit fishy to me. And where I'm going with this is I don't think that Mr. Epstein is dead at all. I believe that he had a list of names and phone numbers and people in such high places that they needed to get him out of there and get him into the witness protection program as soon as possible. Now,
you know what? I agree with that. It's my belief that maybe, okay, he's caught. He's caught for the sex trafficking. He knows he's going to go up for that. Okay. But what can save his ass? The sex trafficking was to high
profile people.
High profile people. And if he starts naming names like the Clintons, not only is he putting a big target on his back, but yeah, I mean, that if it's being investigated by Trump and Trump's office, it could literally save his ass from years in prison. Now, they aren't going to give him the electric chair for sex trafficking, even though they probably should. But here's
the thing.
It's going to be 15 or 20 years, and that's what he would be spending. But he didn't even want to spend that. He wants to be, if he has to go to jail for any amount of time, it's probably going to be 3 to 5 in a minimum security.
Yeah.
like,
Oh, a guy like Epstein, he's going to a country club.
yeah, it's going to be a country club for like people doing tax evasion, or
Yeah, he's gonna have a TV. He's gonna have, cable television, a computer. He's not gonna be in real jail. He's gonna be in rich people jail. Now, the craziest part about this is the QAnon thing predicted that this was gonna happen. They said that all this stuff that Trump puts out there, all these scandals, all these things it's smoke and mirrors. He's putting these things out there to get the eyes off of his actual investigation that he's probably got in a bag already because it's gone this far. So now you got somebody being snuck out of a prison in a gurney, supposedly commits suicide. I believe that there's more evidence actually that shows that the body that they have is completely not his body. I've seen a lot of different stories that, they might not be confirmed or whatever, but they don't have to be for me. In my mind, you're not going to tell me that this guy committed suicide, all right? If you've ever been to jail, they take away your shoelaces, they take away anything that you can kill yourself with. Now, this guy was on a suicide watch. So that means that they were even watching him even more. And then he was also supposed to have a cellmate, which he didn't have. That screams conspiracy. It screams conspiracy. I'm interested to see who starts getting arrested from this point on, because it's coming.
Yeah. I mean, and one of the figureheads that the girl had supposedly had sex with while she was a minor was Prince Andrew. So this even goes to the monarchy. This goes over into the UK. It spills out all over the world at this point.
All right. So there's two possibilities, though.
Well, here's the thing. If you're scared of the Clintons suiciding you, wouldn't you be just as scared as of the Queen?
No, the Clintons are way more dangerous. Because you would have to worry about the Queen if you were over in England. You're talking about the Clintons that have more connections than anybody else in the United States. You're talking about they own police, they own everything. So it was the wrong people to cross. Now, there is a chance that he was murdered. There is a chance that he was actually murdered. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think they got him out of there. He's in the witness protection program. They had to do it for certain reasons. And now you're going to start seeing the next one in the line go down, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. We'll see in the next couple weeks if we're actually right or if we're just blowing smoke out of our, where.
But remember this, guys. We call this question everything. We want you to form your own opinion. We want you to form your own assessment of the situation. We want you to go out there. We want you to get the details for yourself, and think for yourself. Don't base everything on what we tell you.
Now here's another thing, Ghost. That's pretty odd. All right. So now let's say we tell all of our audience to question everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now say that all right, guys, question everything, find out for yourself. Well, I invite anybody out there in the chat to go and type into YouTube search Epstein conspiracy is alive, anything of that nature. I guarantee you will not get like the small time guys like us talking about it and talking about him being really alive. I guarantee that search page comes out to only top news agencies, and there's nothing about what we're talking about. Nothing whatsoever, because I've done it.
Well, and okay, so wait a minute. This comes back. Let me scroll the thing back. Somebody said something here that It kind of makes a little bit of sense. Now, hear me out. Easily Distracted says, way off on the Clintons. Trump and Epstein had many young ladies. Tapes and recordings were made. But now think about this. Now, I'm going to say that the whole Epstein connects with both sides of the presidency run, okay, with the Clintons and with Trump. Because before Trump was president, there was ties between him and Epstein. There actually was.
There's only ties that go back to Palm Beach 15 years ago.
But still, if all of a sudden now one of your old friends, let's say one of your old friends from back in the day, is all of a sudden up on charges for sex trafficking, and they're making accusations against your incumbent and the up and coming, okay? And you know that, well, I've been connected with this person too. Do I want that to get out? No. Maybe we should get on top of this, and that would be all the more reason for Trump to put him into a witness protection program so that he doesn't get killed, and he's kind of saving his own ass by doing that. You know what I mean? Kind of makes a little bit of sense to me.
Yeah, it might. I'm looking at a picture right now of Donald Trump standing with Epstein and his pimp girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had a connection. Whether, Epstein supplied Trump with little girls back then or what, I don't know. It's none of my business, whatever. I'm not going to make that kind of accusation, but where Trump is in the presidency right now and Clinton's name has come up in the scandal with this, in the accusations, hey,
it's pretty messed up with one of the buildings.
Maybe it's in Trump's best interest to save this guy's life and put him into witness protection program and save his own ass in doing so.
Yeah, well, what I've seen so far is there's that they got into a fight 15 years ago, and
I've seen that.
And a lot of people that have looked into it have shown that there is no connection other than they were from the same area.
But here's the thing, though. If they got into a fight 15 years ago, okay, if they get into a fight 15 years ago, there's bitter blood there. So the only way for Trump to keep him from coming out and even making an accusation, even if it wasn't true, is to try to
hide him.
Hide him away or keep him quiet by giving him what he wants. You know what I mean?
Another thing is, guys, it's not illegal to fake your death.
That's true.
It's only against the law when you profit from it.
Yep.
So I have a feeling that Mr. Epstein is
alive.
Yeah, he's definitely not dead, but that's my opinion. But if he is dead, he definitely didn't die from suicide. That's a joke. That is definitely a joke. But I mean, it's pretty shady when there's actually a building on little St. James Island, Jeffrey Epstein's island, that they call Hillary's house.
Now, Easily Distracted says, remember, Trump lies. What politician doesn't? I mean, did Hillary tell the truth about Benghazi? Hell no. Hell no. She lied straight to our faces about that for months and months and months.
And I get that too. Trump hasn't been totally.
None of them are fully believable anymore. You know what I mean?
The thing is, though,
the president that doesn't lie at some point.
The thing is if you look at this on the QAnon angle, and you go back 2 weeks and seen what those people were saying, it literally came true. And we're not seeing stories about, oh my gosh, what these people were saying was going to happen actually happened. We're not seeing that because the media is controlled. They're not going to tell us, oh, we're busted. So I don't know. I think it's all a little bit fishy, but definitely anybody who's attacking underage kids and I mean, I've seen this stuff before with the super rich.
Okay, the Grace by God says, are people allowed and people in the chat allowed to come up and say what their conspiracy belief is on the matter? Yeah, we usually bring people up in the second half, usually right around 11 o'clock, from 11 to 12. But yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I want more input. Make me look at it. Make me question it more.
I don't know if I have her in a private hangouts. Let me see here.
I have her on Twitter.
Okay, can you send her the link and bring her up? Jason,
I just think
Grace says Hillary Clinton parents were part of the mob. Now I don't know how true that is. That's an allegation, and it's purely open to speculation at this point. I don't know how deep the mob goes in Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? But
I'll tell you what, though, if there was one, it makes sense. They got the whole thing that happened back in Lima, Arkansas, with the 2 teenage boys that ended up dying of natural causes, and that was another death connected to. I mean, so many of these deaths connected to the Clintons is not.
Well, what is the what's there? There's more going on right now than just the Epstein thing. Have you been following the Kennedys thing? The Kennedys curse is in effect. Okay.
Why is that? I've not.
One of the was it the daughter here a few days, or one of the daughters, or Robert's daughter, or one of JFK's daughters, or something, just recently passed away from like a drug overdose, and it was kept out of the news.
That's sad. That's definitely a family that's gone through a lot of different hardships over the last 50 years.
John, Robert, Teddy. They're
Edward. Edward was accused of being the guy who killed that girl and
the hooker.
No, not Edward. I'm sorry, Michael Skakel.
Oh,
Skakel was a Kennedy relative, I guess. And
there's a big Kennedy curse conspiracy going on out there, and it continues to this day.
So yeah, I
have large families. It's not a curse; it's life. Yeah, I know people that have large families, but I've never seen like 2 brothers both assassinated, a cousin that dies in a plane crash, another relative. Yeah, the son. What was the son died in a plane crash too?
Yeah, he died in a plane crash. Yep,
he died in a plane crash. It's either. How many family members in a large family are going to die the same way over and over again? Either shot by an assassin or dying in a plane crash.
He died. He died right when he created that magazine, George.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually been a really successful printing. And it's sad that he passed at such a young age. That guy had the world by the balls.
By the way, just a heads up, we've already been demonetized for this.
Already, huh?
Already.
That is crazy.
Yep. For this stream, we have already been demonetized. So there is no making of any kind of money on this stream unless it comes from super chats. That's it.
Wow.
Already.
That doesn't scream. It's a conflict of interest.
Right.
And we're just talking opinions here, guys. We're not talking facts. We're talking opinions. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems fishy to me.
I just think there's a lot of controversy on both sides of the fence, whether it's Clinton's, Trump, Epstein. There's so many different entangled connections there that it starts to make sense after a while if you look at the psychology behind it. You know, Trump wants to save his ass, make president for another 4 years. Clinton wants to be president, but she's got all this background behind her with the Benghazi and all the lies. And now there's like 27 people mysteriously died. You know,
you just proved though to us. Like I said, I asked everybody to go out there, type this into a YouTube search, and see how many smaller YouTube channels you see talking about it. And
absolutely.
I did that while you were talking.
And Virginia Ball, thank you for the $10 super chat. Obviously, this show we're gonna continue on until they take it off the air, but it's until they hit us with this HARP antenna, because we got one hell of a storm coming at us again. But it's definitely going to be a viewer funded program. Because every episode they are hitting us with the demonetization. So, you know, that doesn't scream controversy. I don't know what does.
But and here's the thing: if you do that search, you're going to find all big agencies talking about this, and you will not see one video from an actual YouTube creator. You will see nothing but, you know, Fox, CNN, all the news agencies on YouTube now covering this story. You will not get. I had to find it through a roundabout way, through word of mouth. The videos that I've been watching have been not in the search engine for
and here's the noticeable thing too. Okay, when this whole Epstein thing went down, was literally hours, just hours before El Paso.
Ooh.
So as soon as El Paso had hit the news, this was on the back burner, because here was an active shooter type situation going on in El Paso at a Walmart, and it was on the news for 3 days.
You're right.
3 days. And if that wasn't enough, in the same 24-hour span, you had Dayton, Ohio, and Chicago, Illinois, where there was also shootings. And since then, we've had 2 mass stabbings go down. That's knocked shit out of the news. So think about it.
That's pretty crazy.
Think about it. When something like this, when something political hits the scene, it's always just a few hours later, something really, you know, drastic and non-political knocks it out of the news. Yep. True story. And that's a fact. That is a fact.
So yeah, I you know what? I wanted to go live with this 3 days ago. When I first broke it, I didn't break the story, but when it broke to me, I was like, oh my God, it's so blatantly obvious. Like, people need to see this and look at it for themselves. There's no way. There is no possible way. I'll tell you what, anybody in here who's ever been to jail, where are you going to hang yourself from?
I honestly, if that is the case, no, I'm not saying that what he's saying about the Clintons is true or not. I don't know. The accusation has been made. It's out there. We don't know if it's true or not. It would have to be proven in a court of law. There has to be some evidence presented in order to get a decision from a judge or jury on the matter. But the accusations are out there. And if that is true, and Hillary wields as much power behind the scenes as what I believe she still does, I mean, to me, she seems like the lady that put together the Suicide Squad. Seriously. But if she wields that much power, do you think he's even going to be safe in witness protection? Think about it.
Depending on who his handlers are going to be.
If she can just leave one, what was it? She left 13 soldiers and one consulate representative die in Benghazi. Just turned her back on and pretended like they wasn't there, and then lied about it for 3-4 months, and then came out and said, oh, it's because of this video. She knew they were there. She, her husband was in office at the time. She could have sent, a SEAL team for extraction.
Yeah,
But she literally turned her back and pretended like they wasn't even there.
I seen her testimony, and I don't know the gentleman's name, but the guy who was hitting her with the questions, he was slamming her hard, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, and there's multiple
valid points
of her press conferences when that was all going down. And they knew 24 hours ahead of time before that video even came out that they were going to go in there and they were going to kill those people, and still did nothing about it. And then lied to the public on television, on press conferences for how long? 3 months?
Yeah.
But that's on her. That wasn't on Bill. Bill, he seemed more like a puppet. I think Bill might have been president, but I think she was pulling his strings. Hillary seemed like a stone cold bitch, and I can't blame Bill for wanting to get a little dome in the Oval Office, if you know what I mean.
Really?
Hey, I'm just stating the facts. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
I mean, if you was married to her and she was running you like that, and you had the chance to slip away, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Just saying.
Sure.
I'm just saying. Think about it for yourself. Question of it.
Oh, I'm not denying it. I'm not denying it. I just found the statement funny.
Yeah, see there? I mean, being with her, yeah. Bill, amen, Ghost Mafia. Cindy Lou, Sizemore's, I mean, Kennedy did it. Well, I mean, now that was a lot of controversy. Now, I don't know what the controversy was behind it, but literally there is stories of Marilyn Monroe being snuck into the White House via a tunnel and spending time with JFK. And she spent time with Robert Kennedy too, and they was both married. How crazy is that?
I'm sorry, it doesn't matter what you look at in politics. There's always going to be some kind of scandal, conspiracy, or some bullshit going on because of distraction from the bullshit that they're actually doing.
Sorry, I'm getting some really important text messages right now at this moment.
Easily distracted says Hillary rocked it. Wait a minute, the chat moved too fast. Okay, Hillary rocked it. Benghazi was a far right lie. Strong women are always called a bitch, yet you vote for a child. Repeat Trump.
Maybe that's why I get called a bitch so much.
I didn't vote for either one of them, to be honest with you.
Hi, everybody. Good evening.
Oh my God, she's looking into my soul.
There she is.
Through my microphone. Watch out.
Your little
I
lady,
can hear her eyeballs.
she's been sitting there for like 5 minutes, dude.
I don't mind. I'm listening to you guys. I love this. I'm listening. I don't mind.
Just popped up and I can't even breathe now.
Like I said, it's one of those things. They're all politicians. All politicians lie off both sides of their face. They never know which side they want to be on, the right or the left, or the far right or the far left. They don't know if they want to be on the coffee party or the tea party or what. But they have handlers. Once they get into office, they have a group of like 20 some people that tell them what to say, write their speeches for them, and just handle them. You know.
Okay, so then if you're going off that, then really it's not your leader's fault, it's the handlers. Because technically the handlers are the ones in control.
Exactly.
And it was the same way when you think about freaking, what's it called? Hitler. It was the same way.
Yep. Exactly the same.
It was his doctors that were in control. He was actually, they proved that he was actually taking cocaine in large doses, and that was supposed to keep him sane.
Oh, he was high on apparently a lot of stuff. I heard heroin. I heard
guys, I got to deal with something. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, Hitler was on a bunch of medication for syphilis,
Oh yeah.
Cocaine is not a medication. Cocaine.
Well,
is
okay, he was taking
was on
cocaine, but he was
heroin.
on other
Yeah.
medications for
Yeah.
syphilis at the
Yeah.
time, and syphilis can actually make you go insane before you die,
Yeah. Oh, freak
which
yeah.
explains a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but they even proved that it wasn't him issuing the orders. It was his handlers telling
it
him
was
what to do and how to execute it.
it wasn't Hitler. It wasn't Hitler himself. It was like his number one guy, Himmler. Himmler. It was the name was similar to his, but it wasn't his name. Yeah, I mean, it kind of explains a lot that he might have been going crazy there at the tail end of the war, because he had groups of people going after religious artifacts. He had a group that was trying to communicate psychically with aliens to create alien technology and rocket propulsion systems and shit, like all kinds of weird, really strange, things he had going on. And it's kind of like the rantings of a complete lunatic.
Yes.
Not kind of, it is.
Yes, but here we are again, and we have another man that's ranting like a lunatic, and his name is Donald Trump. It's crazy. It's just nuts to see the same stuff that one person could rant to another. It's very scary. It's very scary when people can weaponize hatred through speech, and people are able to do that. And that's a scary thing, is when people are so good that they can use their voice to weaponize hatred. That's why, for me, the most powerful weapon in the world is the human voice, because you can make people believe. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what he made a whole. So I'm just saying, like, it's rather scary and amazing at the same time, that ability that people have.
Yep. Yeah, German army had their own version of speed. Yep. True. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now the difference between that is, Hitler had a whole regime, was in office as a dictator for years, where Trump is only going to be around for another 4 if he doesn't get voted out, if that. Yeah. At worst case scenario, he's around for another 4 years, and then after that, gone.
What do you mean worst case scenario? Ghost Mafia, worst case scenario is if he wins the 2020, I'm going to my freaking border and I'm building a wall between the States and Canada. Sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm getting freaked out up here. It's just too much. It's getting too much. Not that I don't welcome it. Like, don't get me wrong. I love and I appreciate when people feel safe enough that they can come here. But, when that stuff started happening, my brain was like, listen, people should not be leaving a first world country to go to another first world country. When that happens, there's something seriously going wrong. And for the first time ever in 2017, we actually had on stats the first time ever refugees coming out from America. Whether it was the Dreamers or the whatever, but for the first time ever in 17, we had refugees coming through the borders at Windsor and stuff. And guess what? There we were with our, with give me your bags, give me your children, let me help you over. And you just go, what else are you going to do?
Well, I mean, you think about it, this country has been made on immigration from the beginning.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And at the same time, I've seen it, watch the beginning of Scarface.
Oh, now you're going classic, dude. Really? I'm Italian. So bring it up, my friend. Are you Italian?
Watch the beginning of Scarface.
Are you Italian?
They had 16-foot John boats that were carrying 300 people in them.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to make it from Cuba to Florida to come to the United States. They would pack that boat to where it was ready to capsize from the weight in it and try to make it the 90-mile trek. On a freaking trolling motor.
Yep. Yeah. Do you happen to be Italian, Ghost Mafia?
No, I'm Scottish.
Well, that's cool. No, just I'm Italian. You brought up Scarface.
I'm one of them damn potatoes. Yeah.
No, it's true. Like, it's just, you can't. When I hear stupid things said, like, we're closing our borders, we have no more room. It's like, are you like, do you listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth? Does anybody listen to this?
I mean, honestly, I don't think that we're running out of room, because the Midwest, people are so far apart. I mean, there's a lot of land coverage, but from, say, St. Louis to Denver, there is a lot of space there for growth. Okay. But I do somewhat agree that if you're going to come in, I mean, my ancestors came by way of Ellis Island.
That's me
did
too.
the paperwork,
That's
all the right way. We didn't just
Right.
run across the border, hiding the whole way and ducking and
Right.
dodging. I mean,
Right.
it should be done right. If you
Right.
want to come into the country, it should be done right.
Exactly.
Because when you come in illegally, it puts a drain on society's
Yes.
economy.
Yes. That I don't want. That I do not never want. But because I'm a first generation Canadian who came from mothers and fathers and grandma and grandpas who, came over from Italy and came over on the boat, same thing, Ellis Islands. I get frustrated when people say, especially when they talk now and they say, go back to your country. Well, thank God I don't hear it in my country. But when I watch some of the stuff in America, I sit there and I go, excuse me, what do you mean go back to your country? The only people that own that land is the indigenous. We're all either immigrants or refugees. We came over and we built this land in these countries. Now that it's built, you don't want us anymore because we already built it. It's like, what's wrong with you? I just don't understand that philosophy because it's like, guys, the only people that own the land is the indigenous people. We came over and we built it. So I want it too, but I want it done responsibly. I want the proper background checks, but never do I want my government to ever say, no, that's it. Doors closed, screw it, we're full. Because I'll go, my government's lying. We got Saskatchewan, we got Manitoba. Like we got so many provinces where there's so much land. I'd be like, you're lying.
You know how much land there is in Alaska?
Thank you.
Now, honestly, it's like an Arctic area, which a lot of people can't do. I mean, if they're coming up from Mexico, they're not going to be used to the colder temperatures and climates and the heights and altitudes and things like that in Alaska. But there was a time that if you went to Alaska, they would pay you to live there.
Oh yes, they'll pay you to go up there and work there. I was married to somebody who was up in Anchorage, Alaska, and they were like, they would pay people to say, you come up here and like scout. Like it was brilliant. Like it was brilliant to be up there. It's such a beautiful space. It really is. But even up there, like I said, there is enough land. Now I understand when he says there's no space, I get he's talking about like major metropolises. Sure. When you talk about New York and like major things, sure, there's no space, but it's like, dude, there's the stuff in the middle that's still all farmland and all that empty that's still there. You're forgetting about all that stuff.
But the problem with that is that farm area, that breadbasket of the United States is what produces the food for the people in the United States. So when you start encroaching on those farming communities or taking land away from farmers, all of a sudden you're going to be raising the price of bread. You're going to be raising the price of flour and
Well, I don't mean take the farmer's land, but I just mean the lands that are available, that there's still so much government open land, forestry, trees or whatever. Like, what I mean? Like there is spaces for people to live.
Yeah. There is still space. It's not, it's not what I would call full.
Exactly.
But
China is what I call full. When you can live in a country, or like North Korea, South Korea, like the Philippines, where these tiny little places and they have how many billions or billions of people living on this time. They're like living on top of each other. Now they don't have no space.
But when the banks finance those properties to the farmers and things like that, I mean, this goes back to like Farm Aid and all that.
Yeah.
When the banks, they're running out of money, so they're going to foreclose on the farm and then sell it off, and it's going to be turned into a subdivision. All of a sudden, okay, well, the bank, they might have recouped their money by foreclosing on that property and then selling it off in lots.
Right.
But what's that do for the economy? Well, the bank got fat, but nobody else did because now the prices of food are going up because you're getting less of it produced.
You got it.
Think about it.
I just look even 10 years ago and go, or even 20 years ago and go, what I paid for a price of bread compared to what I paid for what I paid for a bag of bread or, milk. I just look at it today and I go, why has food become a luxury item? You're charging prices for food like it's a luxury item, but it's a necessity.
Look at McDonald's. McDonald's, when I was coming up, all right, the reason a family fed their family at McDonald's is because it was cheap.
Yeah.
It was the cheap thing to do.
39-cent cheeseburgers. You buy 6 of those and you feed a whole family for a meal,
Or even a Happy Meal. A Happy Meal was just a couple dollars. It was like $2, $3. Now, I went and ordered a Chicken McNugget Happy Meal for my son, which he shouldn't be eating that crap anyways.
Hey, once in a blue moon, it's okay to treat the kids to that whole.
He likes it, and it's horrible because it's got dog ham in it, and it's.
And then Joe's Mafia shows the McDonald's cup.
But $10.
Oh yeah,
freaking dollars for one meal, one single.
Hold on, you paid $10 for a Happy Meal?
for a 10-piece chicken McNugget.
Oh, okay.
Up to over
I
10.
think that's a fucking Happy Meal. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was
No,
like,
the Happy Meals.
That Happy Meal came with some marijuana at least. It'd be very, very good Happy Meal.
All right, well, the Happy Meals, what they're doing with the Happy Meals now is you can get a Happy Meal for like $5 and some change, but now it's a miniaturized Happy Meal, and you have to get the it's like a big boy's Happy Meal, and the bigger one comes with the small thing of French fries and everything like a Happy Meal should. The other one comes with like 4 French fries and this little tiny piece of paper that like it's not even a half of a small fry. It's very they're very greedy now.
Remind me never to order a Happy Meal in your state. Holy shit.
Oh my God, it's horrible. A regular Happy Meal, I forgot what they're called. They're it's
Happy
not
Meal?
super size. It's like
Well, they have the hamburger Happy Meal. Yeah, like they have the hamburger Happy Meal, the
Yeah,
cheeseburger.
like you get miniature fries and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, we do up here.
we don't have the dollar menu here no more. We don't
do.
have it.
I don't think we do anymore, or do we?
Yeah, we
No.
do.
Yeah,
we do
Still get
still
them. It's like $1.69.
right. Usually
Yeah,
sometimes
that's not
they'll
a dollar. That's a
No,
dollar.
it's not $1, but that's
Well,
what they
that's
called
the
it. It was
tax.
never $1 up here, though. It was always like $1.10, and now it's like $1.69.
Well, it's like it was
See,
like
we
a
always had the
but
dollar
then we
menu,
lowered
but
the taxes. So.
It was like the 99-cent double cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You had that. Well, and now they call it the McDouble. It's still 99 cents, but
Right.
if you want the cheese on it, it's 20 cents more.
It's ridiculous. Literally, really ridiculous.
Now we got into
Here-
McDonald's
Okay,
conspiracy.
guys, here's a cool conspiracy about McDonald's. Like literally, okay. Have you ever gone, and this happened to me like 5 months ago, and thank God I saw this, but I never realized it before. Have you ever gone and bought in Canada, Jojo, have you ever went and bought a Happy Meal, just a Happy Meal itself, and seen what it came out to with tax?
Yeah,
Just Happy
no,
Meal?
I do. For Falcon, like once in a blue moon, he'll get like the chicken.
No, just
Happy Meal does it.
just the Big Mac, just the Big Mac. If you
No,
buy,
I'm talking about the Happy Meal.
yeah, no, but my conspiracy about McDonald's is about 3 months ago, I went in there and I was going to get the whole meal, and I saw the price and I went, you know what, screw this. I'm not paying $8.99 for $1. So I just decided I'm going to buy the burger. I bought the Happy
Oh
Meal.
my God.
So listen,
Oh my God.
What?
I'm looking at an advertisement on this fucking video. I'm sorry. And it's a Jeffrey Epstein freaking commercial.
What?
What?
Yes. I need to
On this video,
on this
So
video.
hold on, though. The ads though are generated to what you watch. So if you've been watching those conspiracy videos,
Yeah,
then that's what they're going to show
yeah,
you.
the recommendations. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but why would it be on Ghost's video? I mean, it does.
Because the ads aren't geared for the creator; it's geared for the viewer.
for the
All right,
area.
So,
hold
like
on,
for
hold on.
me, I watch a lot of comedy stuff. So when I go to Ghost stuff, I
Right.
get comedy ads.
Yes.
I don't get like the conspiracy stuff. I get the comedy ads.
Like
All
it
right,
follows
hold
your
on. Just let me
recommendation.
record this. I want to record this real quick.
But that's what it does. It follows your recommendations. And what it usually what you watch is what they'll throw
Yeah,
up
it's all
as
analytics.
recommendations.
It's a advertisement for Epoch News, and they're basically anti. I don't know. Let me play the commercial.
Take a look at this. Over the last 2 years, while the mainstream.
Oh yeah, this is a conspiracy site for sure. I don't know. Let me. Yeah, conspiracy site.
well, it's nice to see that we're getting put into an algorithm.
The thing is, all right.
Hey,
Why is it demonetized if I'm getting?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. It like literally, I've got the little yellow triangle that says little to no ads due to
That's
content.
limited, but I think you're gonna get ads because.
Well, I already submitted for a review, and it's not. We haven't even ended the stream yet, so maybe.
That's crazy.
Okay,
But
quickly, let me finish
Bill
my
56, I sent you a link. Check your Twitter.
Okay, let me finish my Big Mac story real quick. So I went and bought just a Big Mac and a Big Mac alone. In Canada, obviously the price for Big Mac is different in America. I can't remember what it was. It was $5.
Yeah, a Big Mac's almost like $10.
It was like $5 and something. And it would change. I'm not lying. It would change. It came up to $6.66. I looked at that guy in the cash and I said, you realize that rang up as 666, the Big Mac. And he goes, oh yeah, I never noticed that before. I'm like, give me some freaking fries because now I'm superstitious. So in Canada, if you buy just the Big Mac and with the tax, it comes up to 666.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've never had that, and I've bought just the burger before because I don't usually eat the fries. I don't like fries.
Yeah, so
I
I
have to
just
be
bought
like
the
drunk
burger.
to like the fries.
And my
But here's the crazy
superstition-
thing. Okay, so here you buy if you buy a Big Mac, you can get a second one for $1, which would make it $7.77, right?
Trippy. I
That's what he
know. That's why I had to throw in the fries. I'm like, dude, I don't like that 666. Give me some fries. I don't like that number. I'm superstitious. So we got off the 666. I said, you need to change your price, Vic, for that Big Mac, because that ain't cool seeing that price come up. I'd never seen this. I went, wow. Maybe it was just a sign. Yeah, my personal opinion on Jeffrey Epstein, like when I saw the news and it first came out, right away, my feelings and my instincts for my gut and what the spirits were telling me was right away one of two things. One, he was either murdered, or two, he's still alive. There was no way in hell that that man committed suicide. That man was under suicide watch. I'm coming from experience of being somebody who has been inpatient before when I've needed to be, and I've been inpatient in a facility where there was suicide watch on people. And let me tell you something. When that freaking code red went off, people ran from every direction and they hit that room in less than 5 to 10 freaking seconds. Nobody ever freaking died. Nobody ever died from suicide.
Yeah, no way.
The hospital I was under. So I know for a fact he was either murdered or they murdered him and then pinned him up to make it look like it was a suicide, or he's still alive and they hid him away. Why would they want him murdered? He's got too many high up names in his little black book that he could destroy so many people. You don't
They
think-
actually,
you
they
don't
have a,
think that- Listen, you don't think he's going to make a plea, or he would not make a plea to try to get a lesser sentence to spill out those names? So
Yeah, but while ordering the code red on Santiago may be sick and wrong, the fact is that it saved lives. You want me on that wall. You need me on the wall.
you know what I'm saying? So to me, I looked at it should be a murder thing because he's got those high-end names. And if he's going to make a deal with the party to get out less things, he's going to spill out names that are going to destroy people. So guess what? There's a reason why he would have been murdered. And then two, this, like I said, the suicide wouldn't have happened. Three, I also said
here's the thing with the
still alive.
suicide. Here's the thing with the suicide.
It wasn't a suicide. I know that.
There's pictures of him being wheeled out on a stretcher with like his face is wide out in the open. Now, here's the deal. If he was dead, wouldn't he be in a body bag?
Yes.
Another thing is they didn't claim that he died at the jail. In their report, the report says he was alive until he got to the hospital and then died.
Yeah, but
I
then
heard
since
he died.
then, reports have came out that said that he was found dead in his cell.
That's what I heard. He was found dead at 6:30 in the morning when they went to do rounds. And I'm going,
Right. So now the story's changing because
The story has changed. Yeah.
So isn't it
that's why
just
you know it's
that none of
corruption.
the people reporting on it know what the fuck they're talking about?
Because it's corruption. It was paid off in the inside. You just pay a guard. Hey, guard, do you want to be a guard for the rest of your life? No. Here's $100,000. Look away from the CCTV or go to the bathroom between.
Well,
this
here's the thing
period.
with the local news outlets, when they report on this story and they put that news out there, okay, they speculate a lot of times. Okay, you got to figure there's how many local media news outlets across the United States. They're saying he was found in his cell this morning, dead, blah blah blah, and then that gets out there, or he was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just it. They don't have all the facts. They're speculating on it. So you have to take what you hear on the news with a grain of salt sometimes.
That's
It's
right.
only the bigger networks that get the real details real fast. And then it filters down to all the local affiliates. So
Yeah. Well, believe me, when I saw I was impressed. Like when I saw the outroar of other guards and stuff, like people that are in that institution that were like, this doesn't make any sense. Like even when they were uproared, I went, now you know that this is a corruption, a conspiracy. Like,
well, and
they
that's
knew
just
what
like El Paso. When that story broke and everybody was reporting on it, you know, as soon as it went out, multiple shooters, blah, blah, blah. It turned out to only be one shooter.
That's right.
You know what I mean? People were saying, oh, there was at least 3 shooters, you know, blah, blah. Nope, just one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
it was reported at first that there was multiple shooters in
Yeah.
multiple locations, not only in the Walmart, but in the mall as well.
Hmm.
And then as the story progressed and we find out a little bit more information, by
Sure.
the end of the thing, we had the details. We knew the
Right.
real story. Welcome, Bill 56 Bel Air. What's going on, Bill?
Hi, Bill.
Oh, you're muted, Bill.
I figured he was kind of doing some technical troubleshooting, so I was going to wait until.
Yeah, you got your mic muted, Bill.
Now you can hear
There
me.
you go. Now you got it.
Hey, Haunted Ball.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Well, I
Bill.
wish I had some of them.
So what's your take on this whole Epstein thing, man?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm really confused. My first reaction is good riddance to bad rubbish.
No,
You know,
stop. Please
but
stop.
I don't know that his death is not trying to cover up a lot of crap that needs to be seen.
Oh yeah. Or a lot of information that needed to come out.
Yeah.
He had a pedophilia island, for crying out loud. A pedophilia island where children were brought and groomed for how many years? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yep.
Like,
And, you know, I mean, earlier we were talking about the Clintons, and good God, I don't know that I want to get started on that. You know, I don't want this to get political, but it's going to get political.
Well, yeah. The whole theory is there's a lot of political basis around it. I mean, you got Trump, who was once affiliated
yeah.
with Epstein. They were even, there's pictures of them.
They partied together a few days. Yeah, they've partied together a few times.
And then, 15 years ago, they had a falling out.
Yep.
Okay, well, obviously there's some bad blood there somewhere, whether, Epstein made advances towards Trump's young daughter or something, maybe. I don't know. I can't speculate on that. But
I mean,
for
Jesus
some reason, there's
Christ,
something out.
you got Epstein that's in cahoots with the Clintons and the Trumps.
And the Bushes, probably.
And God who knows who else.
Freaking right.
Well, and Obama was named in part of this scandal too as backing Hillary with the situation. So, literally, in fact, the girl that has made the allegations that she was forced into sexual relations.
I saw that interview. I think I saw the interview with that.
She said that Obama actually had put his arms around her and gave her a hug when she met with Hillary Clinton.
I wonder if it was the one I saw. She was like, she had blonde hair and she was in her 30s and she did an interview and she explained how she was groomed as a girl and then she started to groom other people, like other girls, and she felt so bad that she, okay, you saw the same one I did. Okay. Yeah, that's why I said, like, this went on for how many years, like a pedophilia island. And all the rich people knew it. And they said it. Ambassadors went there. Like, this woman talked about it. She said, I slept with ambassadors. I slept with judges. I slept with politicians. She's like, I slept with, and I'm going, there you go. So why do you think they needed to shut up Jeffrey Epstein? Because he was going to blow up just how high up these people were screwing around. Like, international governments were screwing into this thing.
Well, that's the thing. Epstein knew about everything that was going on in all this big circle. So, but I just can't, for my life, conceive that those two guards had anything to do with his death. I just can't think it.
Well, Bill, sometimes if somebody approaches you and said, hey, Bill, would you like $1 million to look away from that camera for about between this time period and this time period? You know what? I might consider looking away from that camera for $1 million. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't, but we're talking about somebody else.
I don't know.
Cheap money or they don't like their job.
I don't know what those two guards might have been thinking.
Exactly. I'm just saying, remember, money does buy things. And if somebody approached them and said, here's $1 million, just look away between this time period and this time period. Well, some of them would jump for it if they're only making $40,000 a year. Well, $40,000 or $1 million. Wow, what an opportunity.
Yeah, that's true.
The thing about it is the cameras. Good God, they had
exactly.
They had what?
Exactly.
Wasn't the 2 cameras there.
No, they got CCTV cameras in every single cell. When you're on suicide watch in any facility, there are CCTV cameras in every single cell in every single room, and they monitor you. And then every 30 minutes, they also come door to door or cell to cell to check. Believe me, that's why when I heard this, I went, oh my God, I've been inpatient. I've seen this. No one has ever died. Like I said, they move so fast on a code red that nobody ever gets to commit suicide, let alone get as far as getting the sheets, tying it up. You know how much time it takes to take your sheets, tie it up, put yourself over the thing, hang and jump? You're telling me a guard didn't notice that?
No, wait. First off, those sheets that they put on those beds are what they call tearaways. They are like rice paper.
Yeah.
Well, you could tear them into strips and weave them into a rope, and they still won't hold your weight.
I know, but I'm saying hypothetically, even if he did, the time it takes for you to get that bed, take the sheet off that bed, tie the knot, throw it over, put it around your neck. You're not telling me somebody would have seen it on that CCTV camera and ran already? Exactly.
Well, supposedly the guard was fatigued and basically asleep.
But you know what? I want to see his bank accounts and see if he got any transactions coming in the last couple of weeks leading up to that. Because you know what? Again, I worked at a facility. It never happened. Code red was ran and people ran so fast from different floors. Don't tell me this guy got away with it. They allowed him to get away with it, or he was murdered, or like I told you, I believe he was murdered or he's still alive.
I think there's a strong possibility that, Trump's cabinet has basically said, okay, well, if you want to turn state's evidence against some of these people that, are saying that this never happened and take the plea bargain, and we'll put you in witness protection program and we'll place you back on your island or on a different island.
Yep. Just give us the name.
You can live out the rest of your life there. Yep. As long as we don't hear about anything more like this ever again, that's where you'll be. And you'll be John Doe from now on.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Dave, I used to be an ex-police officer. And I, honest to God, think they ought to totally do away with witness protection.
Really?
That is so outrageous that people get away with crap just because they ran on somebody else.
Well, here's my thing with this. Okay, so he's made allegations against the Clintons. Okay, the Clintons say, "Oh, we never even met him," even though supposedly this girl and him were at a fundraiser with Hillary and Bill and Barack.
Right.
And supposedly she has pictures where they were together.
Well, for me, Ghost, there's a difference between you going to an event and someone happens to already be at the same event you're going to.
But my point is,
in the same room compared to, I know this is Jeffrey Epstein or Trump's, and I'm going to hang out with Jeffrey Epstein or Trump. It's one thing if you show up at a party and other people so happen to be there.
Well, here's my thing. Okay, so he's made allegations against the Clintons. Okay, now he's scared. He thinks that if the allegations against the Clintons suiciding 27 people and getting away with it are true, don't you think they could get to him even in witness protection program? I mean, she does have her fingers in a lot of different pies.
The government, of course, the government could get in on that. That's what
I'm saying. You really think even if he faked his death and went into witness protection program, do you think he's still safe?
No, of course not.
From yeah. I don't think I don't think he's going to be safe even in witness protection program.
I just think the witness protection program should be tweaked a little different, but you should never get rid of it, because if you get rid of it, then people will not come forward and help people with crimes and giving information, because they're like,
if he's in a program ran by people that aren't working for those people. So
Art Conklin says, what about Trump's private party with himself, Epstein, and 28 young girls?
I remember that one. That was nuts.
All the more reason for Trump to put him into the witness protection program and give him a little hand, keep him safe for a little while, and keep him shut up about something like that. Think about it.
Or think about this.
That's where the conspiracy comes in.
Think about this, Ghost. Or maybe it's a good way for Trump to actually get rid of him, because he realizes Epstein could rat him out. And we could find something about him. So Trump could also have taken him out himself, because he's like, crap, even though he's got stuff on Clinton, he's got stuff on me too. Oh no, believe me, that guy was smart enough. He's got receipts on all the high ends. That's why he managed to get away with it so damn long, was he's got a receipt.
I mean, look at, okay, so What was the scandal that was something similar to this back in like the 80s? Heidi Fleiss, remember her?
Yes.
Remember
I'm
Heidi?
old enough. Heidi Fleiss with the prostitutes, and she got busted. I remember that.
Yeah.
All the big
And
celebrities.
she started whistleblowing.
Yep. And she started pulling out the names like crazy. This celebrity, this judge, that politician. You would believe how many.
We've seen this scenario before.
That's
History
right.
repeats itself again.
That's right.
Found Whitey Bulger, didn't they?
Well, I mean, Whitey Bulger, that was kind of a mob.
Wait, is he saying that she slept with Whitey Bulger?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't heard that one, but could be good.
It could be.
Well, now look, don't you think that's another conspiracy thing? Do you think the government was hiding Whitey Bulger? I do.
Oh, of course. Of course. You know what? Listen, that guy went unfound for so long and then gets caught at the end of his life. It just, come on. Come on. Come on.
Come on, what happened to Gotti? Where's Gotti's body? Come on.
Yeah, get out of here.
Find his body. You're never going to find
About
it.
it.
You're not going to find no
You're
body.
swimming with the fishes.
That's it. Cement shoes.
Mm.
Yeah, it's good.
Epstein's, wait a minute, Gail B. Epstein signed over his assets to his brother
What?
2 days before his death
Whoa.
by changing his will.
What?
Yeah, get out of here. That's just like Michael Jackson signing over to Sony to the Beatles catalog.
Well, no, I mean that actually meshes with the whole faking his death thing, because then he still has access to those assets.
Yeah.
His brother's looking after his best interest, you know.
What are the chances 2 days before this happens, he decides to sign all this off? He didn't know where the trial was going to go or anything was going to go, but he already signed everything over to his brother 2 days before. Now I'm just having the spirit scream at me, "You're damn right, this is a corruption conspiracy. Are you kidding me? Like, please do an investigation."
Well, see, and that's the thing with the Q. Okay, so Trump is going to head up this investigation. Well, if it's Trump's investigation, getting left out of the details.
Yep.
Trump.
You know what though? He said, well, all right, there's an anonymous tweet that goes out to that group Q. They got a message. It was 2 weeks ago when we aired the first thing on Q that something was just about to go down that week.
Wow, man.
The sex trafficking stuff.
And it did.
And what happened? The biggest person in that whole game the guy got a torture island. You're not telling me that island is just an island. It's literally that's where they're doing this shit.
Yeah. Its own plane, its own everything. Yeah.
So we're getting told, I don't think if Trump was involved that he would be playing it so close to letting us know that it's all going down.
I think he was a part of it, but I don't think he was a part of it in the sense where he did I don't think he did anything to the girls, but I think he went down there and he was aware that this was happening and he did have fun, but he might have not gotten involved with younger girls, whatever. But I know there's no way that, look, every big, fat, rich white man in America knows about every other big, fat, rich man. Like,
here's the fact of the matter, though. Before all this sex trafficking thing with Epstein came out, he was a influential person with a lot of money that circulated in those circles. Okay, and this is, you're talking. I'll lay money on it that at some point Epstein was hanging out at the Playboy Mansion. Okay, that's the kind of circles that he was revolving in. Okay, he was, all these people, celebrities, figureheads. Even
a story of freaking Chris Tucker. You're talking about Smokey from Friday.
Yeah, you're playing with my emotions, Smokey.
Smoke dog, root, root, root.
Anyway, but he was in those circles. So, back then it was like, oh, this guy's got money.
Oh my God. Bill just came on, right? He just came on camera and they did that aging thing to me on Facebook. And I swear I'm going to be Bill's twin.
There you go.
I'm going to be like Bill's twin brother. Bill, you got to see this picture of me.
My twin brother.
You got to see this picture of me. They did this aging thing where they took my face and they showed me what I would look like when I get older. I think we're brothers, man.
Wait, from another mother, maybe.
Brothers from another mother.
Or Slender Man. That was a pretty creepy photo sometimes.
Now, here's the other thing. I mean,
Lou, I'd like to see that.
before all this sex trafficking came out, Epstein was a made man. He had the money. Nobody really knew where it was coming from or really cared at the time where the money was coming from, even though he was getting it through nefarious means. But how much money was contributed to campaigns? And honestly, a man like Epstein, I mean, you know, he bought his own island for you know, to groom these girls and everything on. He wasn't stupid. It wasn't like down the block where he could have got caught any day of the week. He bought his own island, his
Now,
own
I got
private
a question.
island.
If this stuff was done on that island, it's not under United States law, is it?
That depends. If
That's a
he
good question.
if it was an island inside of the United States, then it would be still under United States law. But
I don't. Is the Canary Islands the United States?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. The Canary Islands, the British Virgin Islands, all that is.
But if
outside of
he
the world, yes.
if he actually owned the whole island, he could succeed from the Union and declare it his own
Country.
But
Yeah.
he didn't. So therefore, it's under the jurisdiction of, yes, all that is under the side of our side. So yes, he would be accountable by the Americans of the Western world. Yes.
Right.
Otherwise, if he was further in, then the United Nations would take it over, and they would just go after him for crimes to humanity, and then be more like the UN and it would take it over.
Right.
So that's why America took it over. So yeah.
Beth Plant says it's our territory.
Yeah, it is. All that's the Virgin Islands.
I mean,
Canary Islands,
Well,
all
that's basically what happened with that. Was it Delta Sierra?
Mm.
It's an island that is out in the ocean that basically, you know, World War II, it was a refueling station for bombers.
Oh,
And the United States has kept that island ever since. And it's Delta Sierra. It's a private military island out in the ocean.
and what are they doing there?
Well, they use it. They
They
use it for flights going overseas and things like that. And they'll
like a
refuel planes
stopover.
and things there. Yeah, it's a
Stopover.
stopover.
Got it. The refuel.
And again, it can be there's probably an armory there, or you know, basically, you know, if they need to get guns or something to troops in a short time, they've already got some halfway across the ocean sitting right there at Delta Sierra Tango, whatever it's called. And instead of leaving from the U.S. to take all that over, they can literally just do a hop from the island over to wherever, and there you go. Call in a care package, it can be there in 20 minutes compared to 15 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah. Hey, Cindy, did you hear about those two congresswomen said about Israel? I'm not sure about that one.
That's too
Yeah,
bad.
but Jenny Grace is in the house. Jenny Marseth.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you, Don. Actually, somebody pointed that out to me today. Was her name Tonya or Tanya? I believe her name was Tanya, and she pointed out today that I was on that most amazing top 10 most amazing or whatever that channel's called.
Yeah, I saw it through somebody else, but yes.
Well, Ghost, I think they were talking about Talib and Omar, and I don't know how much we want to get into the politics. So.
Well, I got a question for you, Bill. And this is another topic we've been talking about, touched on. It's been a trending topic over the last few weeks, but I know you're a veteran, right? Now, my hat goes off to you, sir, being a veteran. Thank you for your service. And
Thank you for your bald head.
and my question is, what branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Army from 1963 to 1966.
Okay, and where were you stationed at? Where were you stationed at?
Fort Bragg, 82nd Airborne Division.
Okay, so you're down in Georgia.
North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Okay, yeah. What am I thinking? Georgia. Okay, yeah. So now, did you have any knowledge of Area 51 back then?
Dave, back then, we didn't even know what the hell Area 51 was. Never heard of it.
Now, you've heard about these guys that wanted to storm Area 51, which is actually a declassified military installation for testing of top secret aircraft, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and what if you were to give the advice out there to the chat or to anybody out there in the chat thinking of attempting this raid on a military base, what kind of advice would you give them?
My best advice, Dave, would be stay away.
Don't do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the
There's a
stupidest
lot of
thing
things that goes on there that is totally military secret.
Mhm.
And by God, leave it alone.
That's right. That's right. It's a weapons facility, people. You guys are gonna all run in there and get yourselves killed. Like, this is ridiculous.
You're
And
gonna
for
get
what?
hit by ray guns and shit.
I guess for what? Just to try to find a green man with eyes? Like, this is ridiculous.
Phew.
I mean,
really
things
hope they don't.
happen. Things happen all over the world for military secrets. And a lot of it we probably shouldn't even want to know about.
And I'm okay with some of that.
Man, the way he said that freaked me out.
And I'm okay with that. Some of that stuff, if it's not gonna let me sleep at night,
You know what? I think Bill knows about some of these things because the way he said that,
you know.
the way he
Kind of gave me chills.
Oh
know.
yeah, I got the
goosebumps.
chills with that right there.
I got goosebumps.
Kind of gave me chills.
Okay, go on, Bill. We're listening.
Like you don't even want to know.
Come on, Bill. We're listening. Keep talking.
You're right. I don't want to know. No, don't get him started. I'd like to be alive tomorrow morning.
No, it's true. I tell people, look, your government is going to lie to you sometimes about some things. And they're going to lie to you sometimes just because they want to stop people from not going into mass hysteria and chaos. You know, those are the things you don't have to worry about. I got to worry about.
Don Bryle says, keep in mind, it's a military installation. You could be viewed as a security threat,
Well,
AKA domestic terrorist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Domestic terrorist.
Yeah.
And if you are arrested, you could be tried for treason and hanged or put in front of a firing squad
Uh,
if found guilty.
Good luck.
There is installations in this country that is strictly military. And if you try to invade them,
Mm-hmm.
by God, folks, I mean, I love you to death, but,
You're gone. You're gone.
you know, things may happen.
Yeah, you disappear. You're gone. You're gone. You're gone.
There's things I've had in my life when I was in the military that I couldn't even talk about,
Mhm.
and I won't.
Yep. Don't you dare, Bill. You take that to your grave so you can make it all the way there. You know better.
You take an oath,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't stand by that oath,
Mm-hmm.
things may happen.
Now, do you remember the oath?
A lot of it, but you got to remember, Ghost. We're talking 50-some years ago.
Well, it hasn't changed over the years. You're taking an oath to protect this country against threats, both foreign and domestic. Correct?
That's it.
So it doesn't matter if they're coming from across the seas or if they're coming from across the street. When you take that oath, you are military. You are sworn to do your duty.
I swear to protect my country, domestic or foreign.
There you go. Life or death. I mean, people think that that's a big joke, and we're going to storm Area 51 and go see the aliens.
Oh, I didn't.
And
I was like, you people are stupid. If you're going to do this, you're going to get yourself killed or arrested, it's the stupidest thing you could ever think of doing.
Well, here's the thing. That whole alien thing, whether it's true or not, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I wasn't there. I didn't witness it. But just if, the possibility that it is true over the course of the last 70 years since 1947, do you think there's anything left of anything? I mean, if it's a UFO, it would have been cut up into little tiny pieces and dissected under microscopes over the last 70 years. And the same thing with the alien autopsy stuff. I mean, you might find a jar with an eyelid in it somewhere if you look hard enough.
Right.
But they aren't going to keep it. Everything's going to be departmentalized. Everything, if the components of the UFO are going to be dissected and sent off to different areas for research, and it's going to be sent all over the United States. It's not going to be kept at Area 51.
They would have moved it out of there. They would have moved it out and put it to another facility where they knew if it's still around the space, whatever, they would have it. They would have moved it so long ago into another undisclosed facility that people, like I said, it's not there anymore. It's still around. It's somewhere else now. It's not there anymore. They wouldn't keep it there. With all the people talking about it, they would have moved it a long time ago. Like seriously, a long time ago.
Dave, I have one theory about this alien stuff. I am a Christian, and I believe that God created the heavens and the earth.
Everything.
Now listen to this part. But who is to say that our earth is the only creation that God made?
I agree.
We don't know what else God made.
Well, I mean, when you think of just run the numbers. I mean, in our galaxy alone, the Milky Way galaxy, there's hundreds of thousands of stars and planets. Okay. And there are hundreds and thousands of millions of galaxies.
Hello.
That's right.
You're damn right. It keeps going.
Literally.
Yeah, it keeps going, people.
It's infinitive. You can keep going and going. They just go on forever. You'll spend 100 lifetimes and couldn't reach the end of it.
Yep, that's right.
And that's traveling at the speed of light, or even 100 times the speed of light.
That's right.
So, are we so naive to think that on this grain of sand in this infinite universe made up of billions and trillions of stars and planets and galaxies, that one single grain of sand is the only blue one?
I know. Oh, believe me, I know that. I have no doubt that they've been here. If you think that we're the only living species that exists when there's all those planets and we can't even get to them, come on, people.
I know.
For real.
I know.
I mean, the numbers themselves suggest that there have to be thousands of other planets out there with intelligent life on them.
Yeah.
Humanoid type life forms. Probably millions and trillions with microscopic life. In fact, they've actually found microscopic life on Mars. So we found alien species in our own solar system.
That's right.
But it's on a microscopic level. It's that of which like a virus is alive. You know what I mean? But that doesn't take it out of the realm of life on other planets. So.
Yeah, no, I believe that. And then we don't even know what's in the black hole, what's past the Milky Way. Like there's so much. Yeah, there's so much. There's so much.
Tell you the truth, we don't even know what a black hole is.
Exactly. For all we know, it could be a portal to another space where there's another billion galaxies on the other side.
Another dimension.
Yep.
Yes, smoke and mirrors, Don Brown says.
Smoking.
All right, I'm going to do a no-no. Oh, I'll cut the camera off.
No. Yeah. Okay, why is Haunted Balls so quiet? Like Haunted Balls is so quiet. I think he's actually playing with this Haunted Balls, dude.
I-
Let's go. Oh, there he is.
Lou's doing the math to figure out how many of those
Oh.
planets and everything are flat.
Oh, okay.
They're all flat. There's not even a such thing as a planet, you dumb dumb.
Lou might be checking to see if I'm his daddy.
He's spitting right now into the DNA ancestry cup, nailing it off.
Oh.
Lou, my nose is uglier than yours.
Mine's bigger than yours.
No, have you seen mine lately?
Look at this picture. Look at, there's like 4 inches of nose there.
Oh shit, I can't get it.
Well, you know what they say, a guy that has a small nose. I'm just kidding.
Guy who has a small nose is
Our Conklin says the world is banana shaped. Deal with it.
Lou, mine was prettier until they cut half of it off.
I'm just a YouTuber, bro.
Oh, Beth Plant nailed it. He said Lou Rock is checking to see if Bill is reptilian.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Well, I got busted already, so you know. That's why he's scared of me.
Oh, I don't think you're straight from the bowels of hell.
No, sweetie. I'm straight from the graces of God.
Hmm?
When she stared into my soul in this live stream, I think she stole it from me.
No, I just saw your soul. That's all I saw was your soul. I don't steal nobody's soul. Because some people don't even have one. I don't steal souls. I just look into them and move on.
William Bennett says, but the math of how many planets there is in the observable universe conclude life is certain outside of Earth. We just cannot find it yet.
Exactly.
Well, that's if that math is correct. Because that math could be incorrect. Just saying.
Interesting. So I'm wondering if they're using the old math or the new math. You know, the Common Core shit that like these kids are being taught today.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I tell anybody who wants to start getting into this kind of stuff and really like study it, you need to check out this guy named Santos Bonacci on YouTube. And it goes into a lot of different areas of why it's possible, we'll say. And this guy's actually a teacher, so he's pretty damn smart. I'd go check him out.
We must have caused some controversy, stirred up some controversy in the stream because we actually have 11 dislikes.
11 dislikes.
11 dislikes. Man.
What
Oh,
are you
man.
guys? Are you all fans of Jeffrey Epstein? Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Oh, man.
Well, and I think a lot of that actually has to do with the whole Trump Clinton. You know, I'm not for either one. Okay,
right.
I can't say that I'm for. I'm non-biased on that side. Like, seriously, I mean, one is just as bad as the other.
Exactly.
They've all got their faults.
Exactly.
You know, and that's probably where the dislikes come from. They don't like my point of view, but they're entitled to their point of view.
That's right. That's
dislikes are part of the algorithm. They're
That's right.
still views, and thanks for the views.
Well,
It's all about the views.
I just thought we got a Jeffrey Epstein raid or something. They all came in and were like, down.
But dude, you said how many thumbs down did you get? 11? There's freaking 90 likes though. So
Yeah. Well, there's 12 now. So
That's
I
right.
said the word Trump again. Every time I say the word Trump, I get another dislike.
stop saying that damn word.
What's
the
wrong
hell
with
is
you?
your
It's a
problem?
jinxed word. Don't you know it's a cursed jinxed word? Come on.
Well, I was playing euchre the other night. It came down to the last trick, and I trumped somebody's ace. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't play that card game anymore because of that.
If every time you say it, you go up one, man. You know what? Do we get a thumbs up if we hold on? Do we get a thumbs up if we say Hillary is the bomb?
Don't care.
Hillary's the shit.
Don't care.
No, because then we'll get 13 thumbs down from the other side.
Dude, you're screwed either way. Like people
Yeah,
don't
you're
get
screwed
stuck
either
in their
way. That's
opinions.
why we don't
They're
talk
stuck in
about
their beliefs.
politics on other streams.
We're talking about
Yeah.
freaking Epstein. He's
Me.
not a politician.
Thank you. But sometimes that politics could fall into a conspiracy, but that doesn't mean we're talking about politics. We just might talk about an aspect of politics that might have fallen into.
Bro, I'm just a YouTuber, bro.
Well, you're just a YouTuber, not me. I'm more than that. I give myself more credit than that.
I'm sending.
Well, look,
Trump-
y'all talk. I'll
Trumpy
be
bear.
right back. I got to get me a glass of wine.
Wine?
Well, we got about 20 minutes left, Bill. We're going to be wrapping this up here in about another 10 minutes.
Did
And
he say water or wine?
I believe he
I
said
thought
wine.
he said water.
Wine.
Oh, you
Wine.
said wine. Well, God
Homemade
bless you,
wine.
Bill. I thought you said water.
Well, if he turned
water
water.
is wine.
Yeah, see?
That's right. You could turn your water into wine. There you go.
I'll be right back.
I've been known to turn water into whiskey.
That'd be impressive. Hey, turning water into any form of alcohol is impressive.
Well, it's an art form. You just got to know how to do it. That's all.
Yeah. It's hard to get lessons from Jesus.
Right.
He's really busy, you know.
Is it bad that I didn't vote? Well,
Not necessarily. I believe if you don't feel at either party represents you, then I feel it's okay not to vote. Like if you truly believe both parties that are that are up there, or three parties that you don't believe in anything they're saying, then don't just vote for anybody because you can end up voting the wrong person in. I say don't vote.
personally,
My personal
though, I mean, if you don't vote, I don't think you have a cause to bitch. You know what I mean? like, oh, I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Hillary, but I might have voted for one of the other guys. Okay.
Right.
Because of, I might not have believed in one of their stances, but I'm a huge gun advocate. So, I mean,
yeah.
I might have went with the one that was for gun rights and things like that. And, NRA may have backed or whatever the case might be. But, did I like Trump's views? Did I like Hillary's views? Some of them had a couple pluses. A lot of them had a lot of minuses. You got to do that. But I'm a registered independent. I don't vote a straight ticket.
Thank you.
So, I have a mind. I question everything. I base decisions on the facts that I take in and choose the best one for each job individually.
And that's what I'm saying, Ghost. What if you have a situation, like I said, where you look at it and you go, like my country, it's got, the Liberal Party, the Conservatives, the NDP. Well, if you have it where, whoever's liberal and you're going, okay, I don't like, even though I like whatever, I don't believe anything the liberals are saying right now. I can't trust them. Okay, I don't believe anything the Conservatives are saying right now. And I can't even trust the NDP. If you're at that point where you feel like you can't trust either of the parties, I don't want people just to vote for the sake of voting. If you truly don't believe in what they're saying to you and it doesn't resonate with you, I don't want people just to throw the vote away just to vote, to be like, oh, well, I voted. It's like, but did you vote for the right conscience of what you felt inside you that was the right person for you?
And here's the thing, and easily distracted just said it. Like I said, I'm an NRA member. Okay. I am a gun advocate. But no matter what you do, there's always going to be somebody that disagrees with you, no matter which. There is no right side. There is no, you can't say that I voted for this person, I stand behind them, because there's always going to be like, oh, you voted for the wrong person. Mm-hmm. It's always going to happen.
Yeah.
Always. Doesn't matter if you voted for Trump, if you voted for Hillary, if you voted for Bernie Mac or what was it?
Bernie Sanders. Bernie
Sanders or what was the other one?
I love my Bernie Sanders. He loves talking about Canada so much. Every time I turn on, there
was the one that just the one that just died not too long ago, the POW.
Oh yes. Oh right.
John McCain or
yes.
McCain.
Oh yeah, John McCain. Yes.
Yeah, John McCain. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter who you vote for. If you say that you voted for a person, somebody's always going to come into your chat and go, "Oh, that guy's a piece of shit. What'd you vote for him for?" And it's going to start a big controversy. So it's better to just vote. Don't tell everybody who you voted for, but if you don't vote, then why bitch about who got into office?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yep.
If you didn't do anything to keep them out of office by voting for the opposite person,
that's right.
Then there you go.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true. Yeah, we got our elections coming up now, so it's a bit crazy up here in Canada as we're getting ready for ours next year. Next year, I think it's happening this year, and it's getting pretty twisted. The Conservatives are starting to really talk in a way that we've never heard of before. We're just going, this is like,
and the crazy thing is,
unbelievable.
on the ballots, you have the option to write in anybody's name for president.
Yes. Oh, you do there, eh? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can do a write-in vote.
No way.
Now, if you're a registered Republican or a registered Democrat, they want you to, vote straight Democratic ticket or straight Republican ticket.
Vote Lou Rock in the upcoming.
I am registered independent, so I can say, okay, I think this person for House of Delegates would be great, but this guy over here would be great for, this, and then this person would be great.
You don't look at party, you look at the person individually. So you're like, this Republican is good for this job, but this Democrat person is good for this job, and this independent person is good at doing this job. You look at the quality of the individual, not the party they represent.
I don't think a straight Republican House or a straight Democrat House is healthy.
No, you gotta have a mix. You gotta have the mix. You gotta have the mix of parties.
You have to have a
vote for Lou Rock
of both.
Well, that's how our government is. We have all parties. Even though the liberals are in control, it doesn't matter. The liberals, the PCs, the conservatives, NDP, they all have seats in the House of Commons. They all have seats. They all got voices. They've all got words. They've all got the same thing.
Vote for haunted balls in the 2020 election.
Yeah, okay.
Hey!
I'll vote for haunted balls when I see haunted balls and know it's real. Then I'll vote for it. I don't vote for
Here's the thing with the write-in votes, though. Even though you voted for Mickey Mouse, you didn't. You voted for somebody. You made a choice. Even though you didn't choose anybody that was actually running, and you chose a cartoon character, you still made a choice.
That's crazy in America that you can do that. Because literally on our Canadian ballots, like, are you kidding me? Like, if you wrote something down like that, they wouldn't even count your vote. They would be like, yeah, I don't think so. And I think the good thing about Canada, which I like, and I think America should go back to it, and you guys have mentioned it, and I'm going, hello, is we still do ballots. Like the paper and the pencil. And we put it in the box, and then the person counts it up, and then they call in the numbers. We don't do it on computer systems. We do our ballots where we put them on papers, and we go to the places, and we do them that way. And people count them up, send them in, and they call in the numbers. Our election is done by 11:30. No questions asked. Why? Everything is paper ballots. Nothing is electronic. Meaning we cannot get hacked in that way. Because unless you physically come to where I live and take my piece of paper from my hand and show a piece of ID to that lady at that booth that shows that you are me, and then she gives that paper to go behind there and hide yourself with a pencil, you're not going to be able to hack into it. So I like when America's like, let's go back and admit to paper ballots. I'm like, exactly, because you can't manipulate the paper ballots.
Well, good thing about a paper ballot is that they actually have the hard copy of it.
Well, that's how our country is everybody votes by hard copy only. We only vote by paper ballots. We do not have online voting. Everything is done by paper ballots only. And then everybody at each institution where they are, they count the ballots up, send the information in to the further up. And then by 11 o'clock news hour, we've got our answers. So I think paper ballots is brilliant because
I could go in there and write in Pootie Pie on the thing. And even though, I could have voted for Pootie Pie for president, somebody's going to come out and say, oh, he's a piece of shit. Why didn't you vote for T-Series?
That's right. If you put that on ours, they would discredit your ballot. They would look at, because when you take it back, like they would basically look at your ballot because you put it in the box. If they opened it up and saw that, they would eventually send you a letter, but they would say that your vote was null and void because you can't put anything. You can only vote for the people on there or there's a check mark for no one, but you can't put another name up there.
Well, if they get enough write-in ballots to overthrow one of the other parties, then they can be president. Like if we were to say, okay, Trump decided he was going to run for president again, but I think Mark Cuban would make a better millionaire president than Donald Trump, and everybody wrote in Mark Cuban for president.
Yeah. And
Mark Cuban actually won the election.
Yeah.
They would come to him and be like, do you accept the nomination for presidency voted upon by the the electoral college or however the case might be.
Which I still don't understand.
If he said, yes, I accept, then guess what?
You're in.
Mark Cuban's the next president of the United States. So.
Yeah, that's one thing that I would love to talk to you about is how that all works, how you have that whole electoral college thing. Because up here, it's like only the Canadian, only us vote. like there's no part, like our votes is what puts it in. We don't then wait for a second government or another party to put theirs in and then it sways. It's like what we vote on our ballots is what ends up happening. So I need you guys to lay on another
I'm going to tell you who I'm going to vote for, and there's probably going to be somebody out there that says, "Oh no, you don't vote for him, vote for this person." I'm going to vote for Green Bay Wacky for president.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
Hey.
We need to bring it back to Wacky Nation, man. It's been too serious for 4 years.
Make America wacky again.
That's right, because it's been crazy in the last 4 years.
Or Bill.
Or Bill, sure. Sure.
I'd make a terrible
Cab 7.
Cab 7 would make
Cab
a good
7, yeah. Yeah. All I know is everyone loves my premiere because they just too busy staring at him going, he's so good looking. Oh my God, Justin Trudeau's so good looking. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Wacky says, Ghost Mafia, $450,000 a year and all expenses paid. Hell yeah.
Yeah, damn right. Please.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
Green Bay makes a good one. I'd make a terrible one.
Well, guys, we are almost to the 2-hour mark.
Oh,
Guys, if you don't know Grace by God, definitely get over to her channel. Check out her channel. Hit that bar, ding that bell, drop a like on one of her videos, and leave her comments so she can get back to you. Same with Bill 56 Bel Air, formerly Bill 56 two-door hardtop Bel Air. Definitely check out his channel. You can usually find Bill up on Cab 7s on Tuesdays singing his heart out every once in a while.
Oh,
And of course, you guys know
Really
Haunted
bad,
Balls,
dude.
aka
Oh, you sound beautiful.
aka Lou Rock, the Lou Rock. So guys, check out his channel. Get over there, hit that bar, ding that bell, and definitely check out Haunted Balls channel because Lou Rock is going to be doing the live streams on his channel. It's called Haunted Balls, so that doesn't take away the views of his uploads. And so we're trying to grow that channel. If you guys don't have Haunted Balls, go over to Haunted Balls, check out Haunted Balls.
Okay, dude, I
It's
know.
even hard to say, man.
Saying this with a straight face. You did a pretty good job doing it with a straight face this long, saying Haunted Balls 20 times. I'm like, what?
It is. And we did have JoJo Walker Unplugged up here, and she does a show on Wednesday nights called Whacked Out Wednesdays, where she highlights, just whacked out products, whacked out stories from around the web and things like that. It's really interactive because sometimes we'll find a bunch of stories, we'll put them out there, and some of them would be fake news stories. Some of them may be real, but it's the chat's job to figure out which ones are real, which ones are fake.
Oh, brilliant.
Who's lying, who's telling the truth.
Oh, brilliant.
It's kind of like that. So on Wednesdays over at JoJo Walker Unplugged, Whacked Out Wednesdays, and her husband is Brian's Paranormal. He's partnered with me. We do a show called Every Voice Paranormal Stories on Thursday nights, and we bounce back and forth between my channel and his. Definitely check out Brian's Paranormal. I believe this week it's going to be on my channel. I don't know yet, though. I may be moving, so we might be, we might not have it this week. I don't know yet. So just putting that out there. But watch for announcements, things like that. Lou Rock, his channel, Monday nights, EVPs and stuff. He breaks out the rock box with the spirits from the other realm. We've actually had, and this is no joke, we the one night we had Freddie Mercury coming through.
Whoa.
And it was strange because the box just it literally stopped on a frequency that was playing like Bohemian Rhapsody or something. No, it was Fat Bottom Girls, wasn't it?
I have no clue.
But it stopped on there and it's playing like the song, and he's like, oh, copyright. He's got to get it going again. And a few minutes later, it stops again, but it's a whole different song. It's like a whole different channel, but it's Freddie Mercury again. I just did that like 3 or 4 times. So we think that we had like Freddie Mercury coming through the rock box the one night. It was craziness. So you never know what we're going to find over there. Definitely check out his last video with the Tammy Lynn saga and all that. He's going to have another one coming out soon. How soon is that going to be coming out, Lou?
It's going to take me at least a couple days. I mean, I'm working on it every single day. It could be 2 days. It could be 3 days. I'm not sure.
So probably by the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. So probably somewhere around the weekend, he should he should be coming out. Now, if you guys watched the first video, after the video, I told him, I says, he was thinking he was going to put out the second one in just 2 days. And I told him, I said, no, you got to put the effort into the second half that you did in the first one. Take your time with it. Don't rush it out. Do it upright. And I think I know I've heard some of it. It's going to be awesome. And you guys are not going to believe what's going on in this next one.
Wait till you guys see what we find. It's amazing.
I love the idea of what JoJo does with that thing, what you said about that. You tell stories and you have to guess whether they're correct or not. It kind of reminds me of the old, remember the game show To Tell the Truth? Where contestants would come up and they would tell the story and then the people had to guess whether that person was.
Wacky actually has a game show that does that. We did that last night on his show.
Yeah.
It's called The Liar's Den. But with JoJo's, it's, one day it might be whacked out products, which is like crazy stuff. There was one, I think my favorite was, it was actually a gerbil cage. Okay. And the wheel inside the gerbil cage was hooked up to a belt system. Okay.
Oh, come on.
It was
wait a minute.
It was hooked up to a belt system that ran a paper shredder so that when you needed in the gerbil's cage, you just put a piece of paper in and then let him generate his own paper shredder.
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Yes.
That's animal. Like, come on, man. Seriously. You putting the hamster to work?
No, it's got a hamster wheel. They love the hamster wheels. So they get in there when he turns the wheel.
Oh, my God. I've never heard of that. That's unbelievable. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You know how many hamsters that poor guy probably goes through because he exhausts them? He's like, shred now, hamster, shred now. He's like, I'm tired. Wake up. I need this shredded.
And Dave, before I go, I wanted you guys to see the new hat I bought for a
I saw your hat. It's gorgeous. I love it.
It's ugly as hell.
No, it's not. It gives you that whole Australian outback look. I like it.
Look at that thing.
Lou, do you see into my eyes?
Seriously, Bill, you should tell everybody that this
right now, Lou?
you wore during customer's last stand.
No.
Look, Lou, are you haunted? Are you Stop. Are you
that
haunted?
Thing as ugly as homemade soap.
Yeah, Ghosty came up to me and said, you guys had this one stream about reptilians. And when he saw my eyes, he freaked out and he was assumed that I was a reptilian.
All right. Well, guys,
I am.
We'll be back. I don't know if we're going to be doing an episode next Tuesday night because, again, I may be moving. So just keep an eye out. We'll be letting you know a little closer to Tuesday whether there's going to be an episode of Question Everything next Tuesday or not. But due to, moving and getting internet turned on at the new place and things like that, I might not be able to stream yet come Tuesday. So watch for it, watch for updates, and we will see everybody hopefully next Tuesday, if not the Tuesday after, at least. So, all right, guys, peace out. Question everything. Form your own opinions. Get the information for yourselves, and come to your own decisions.
Dog ham.
Dog ham.
Haunted balls.